This conference will now be recorded.
So now let's see team, what is condition parameter. So this is very important topic, as I said. So let's try to understand the use of the condition parameter in JCL. Let's take an example team. I have a step one. Okay, so the step one is doing something. Forget about what it does. You focus on the this particular step execution. So I have a step two. Then I have something. I'm doing something here. Then step three. I'm doing something here. Step four. I'm doing something here. Step five. Okay, team. Now I want to execute step two only if the step one is successful. Okay. Or what is the requirement team? So I will write all the requirements. So requirement one, I want to execute step two only if step one execution is successful. Requirement two. Okay. So I want to execute step two only or if step one return code is 0 or less than 4. Means it is 0, it's okay. I am okay to run it. If it is a 1, I am okay to run step 2. If it is a 2, I am okay. But if it is a 4, I am okay. But if it is less than equal, okay. So better I'll say less than equal. Okay, it can be less than also. Okay. It doesn't mean always you need to keep less than or equal. So you can write relational operator. Okay, so this is the requirement. There is another requirement. Okay, I don't want to execute step 3 at any cost. At any cost, I don't want to execute it. This is a step 3. Step 4, step 2 and step 4 wants to execute if step 1 is return code is 0. Okay, so these are all the requirements. Now you need to understand team what is this is what I did not explain so far. What is JCL syntax, JCL internal error? Okay, so JCL, what is JCL internal error? What is ABEL? Okay, what is RC? What is maxi CC? JCL internal error means if any JCL syntax errors are there, then you will get JCL syntax errors. Okay, then you will get the JCL syntax errors or JCL internal error. Next append. So if there is append in the program or in the JCL, okay, so if you don't do process, if you don't write the step properly, you might get an append like S806. Okay, there are two types of append. Okay, so far we did not discuss about append. We will discuss eventually later. So let's say team U4038. Okay, yes, 806 and yes, okay, SOC 7, SOC 4, okay, like this. So here if you notice, U means user abandoned error, whereas CS means system abandoned. Let's take an example team. I am executing a COBOL program, but that COBOL program load module is not there. Okay, so I'm executing a COBOL program, but there is no load module in that. So we will get the error called S806. So I will show you right away one example S806 event. So I'm keeping I'm writing a job code. So job code notify equal ampersand sysform. Step 1 execute VSAM is equal AD. So something I've written. So we will get S806. Okay, this is the one. Maybe I have given that program name. That might be the also one reason. Notify. Okay. Uh, Sorry, team. The problem with this user ID. Now you'll get. We are getting JCL syntax error. Let me go to the school messages. It is a PGM. Okay. So that's type error. Uh, PGM notify. So you can see the latest job.
We have not written the null statement.
We are getting S662. That's okay. That is a system event. Next step lead. Okay. So DD DSM is equal. So I'm keeping one dummy data set for our. Okay. So I'm keeping this PDF. Is it PS? I guess it's in PS file. So one dummy data set. This position here. Submit. We should get yes. Ideally, why X666D? We should get S806. Yeah, so I guess AD. It has some meaning. It seems. Now, can you see team S806? That is, we are trying to execute user-defined program. This load module, the relevant load module, is not present in this PDF. Okay, so that is those reasons. Okay, those scenarios, we will get S806. That is load module not found. So this, since it is starting with the yes, we call as a system event. Now, like that, SOC 7, SOC 4, there are so many system events are there. That is all about the story about event. What is the RC team return code? Okay, so if you notice, there are multiple steps are there in the job code, right? So I have a job code. Within the job code, I have a multiple steps. Okay, so each step is going to return one return code. Let's say it got return 0, it got 8, it got 4, it will be a 12, again it got a 0. So for this step 1, the return code is 0. For the second step, return code is 8. Step 3, return code is 4. Step 4, return code is 12. Step 5, the return code is 0. So is return code is going to come are going to generate from, okay, come from each step. Next, so what is the maxicity maximum condition code? Okay, in this job, which step is returning highest code team? Step name doesn't matter. What is the return code? Let's say it's 0, it is 8, here is a 4, it is a 12. What is the maximum return code among all of them, all the steps, among all the return code? 12. So it is going to give the highest return code, okay, highest return code from the submitted job. In this case, I will got, let's say I got here 0, here I got a 0. So the highest return code will be a 12. Here I got a 0. So everywhere 0. So the maximum condition code also will be a 0. So I'm giving step 2 as a 4. The maximum return code, maximum condition code is 0. Now we understood all of them. Let me show you the return code. Okay. So execute VSAM is equal IEF BR14. Step 2, execute VSAM is equal IEF BR14. Step 3, execute, okay, VSAM IEF BR14. Team, I'm using IEF BR14 as a dummy utility. So that I, without writing multiple statements, without confusing you, I can explain you clearly, by controlling my, cursor, I can easily explain to you. That is the reason I'm going always with the IFBR 14. But in real time, we will be having the programs, utilities, so many other utilities and other programs. Okay, don't think that the condition parameter can be written only like this. It can be on any program. So now I am submitting team. Obviously, okay, it will be 0. We got maxes is 0. Now I am going to the school. If you go to the last job, then you will be able to see message log. I guess this will. So you can see the log details. Okay, each step. Now can you see it in RC for every step? Okay, return code step 10, step 0, step 30, step 40. Now what I am doing, team, I am making an error. Okay, so I am making max C8 by putting IEB gener error. IEB gener. So I am writing SUT1 DD star. I'm putting down some dummy data star SysUT2 DD sysout equal star. I'm writing sysprint DD sysout equal star. As you know, when you are executing IEB gener, sysin DD dummy statement is mandatory. Sysin DD dummy statement is mandatory. So if I don't write it, I will get a max C error. So here it will be a 0. Here it will be a 0. IEB gener might return 8 or 12, depends on the sysin DD statement. So I guess it might return 12. So sysprint again, step 4 is 0. So but highest return max C will be 12 or 8. Okay, we got 12. So it will not true value scheme. Always you consider whenever system dummy is missing in the IEB gener, always you will get the max equal. Now if you see log team, step 1 return code is 0, step 2 return code is 0, step 3 return code is 0, step 4 return code is 0. But whereas system dummy is missing, we got 12. Okay, step 3 has a return. So did you notice team? So maximum return code is what? So it is 12. So am I clear team so far? Because this is, you should get clear picture on all these terminologies.
Yes, Venkat.
Okay, so let's try to explain you the condition parameter thing. Already we discussed what we can do it. Okay, before that I will explain restart parameter also. I explained with other combination, but I want to start freshly the concept. So team, restart is the parameter. Okay, restart is the parameter which will help you to start execution from a particular step. So let's say I have total step 1, step 2, step 3, 4, and I will go with the 5. In my job, there are 5 steps are there. I want to execute from step 4. So what I will go with the S4. That's all. So I want to execute from this here. What is the step name key? S4. So I will go with the S4. Always restart is equal the step name. So from which step you want to execute? So do you think step 1 will execute? No. Do you think step 2? No. So these 3 steps will be bypassed. It will be skipped. So after step 4, how many steps are there? All of them will be executed. So you will get max is 0. Okay, we got max is 0. Ideally, we supposed to get, here it is going to return 12, right? But it is not. Why? Because it is starting execution from 4 and 5. So I will go to the school. Can you see team? S4 got 0, S step 5 got 0. So let me copy. So did you understand? Restart is a parameter on job card to execute from particular step. So in interview, they might ask you, uh, I want to, okay, so I want to execute, I want to skip the first step. Okay, I want to skip the first step. How many ways you can do it? The answer is only the way, one way is restart. If I want to skip the first step, I have to go with the restart is equal from second step to like this. So we need to do in this way. Restart is equal step 2. The next cross question to you guys, the interviewer asks you like, can I use condition parameter to skip the step 1? Answer is straight away you say that no. Condition parameter, if you write on step 1, there is no use of it. Because if I want to use condition parameter, I should get the written code from the previous step. So if I write a condition something here, where is the written code? Do I have any step before it? No. So there is no use of it if you write the condition. So, okay, the entry question is what? Okay, so how many ways to execute to execute the steps to execute from particular or step or okay, so sorry, how to skip. Okay, how many ways
Skip
to
first.
how many ways how many ways to bypass. Okay, the correct terminology is to bypass first step execution. The answer here, team, restart only the answer. Okay, only the one option. So next question, can we do the same? Okay, so can we do same with condition parameter? Answer is no. Okay, answer is no. Why? If somebody asks you why, because before step 1, there is no step to compare written code. Okay, there is no written code. So any queries here, team? They're good so far. Okay, so I'm assuming that you're clear. Next thing, let's implement the requirement. Okay, uh, I have a R1. Okay, so I want to execute step 2 only if the step 1 execution is successful. Let's implement the requirement. I will explain you team what is the functionality. Okay, so we can write condition parameter on step, or I can write condition parameter on job level. Okay, so I can write condition parameter here and I can write on step as well as. Okay, we will discuss when we write the condition parameter on the uh, both places, like on job and execute, what happens, how it works. That we will see after few examples. Now let's see the syntax. Condition. Okay, so condition, the option, the value which one you want to compare. Okay, so relational operators. So let me write on the notepad. The syntax of the condition parameter. Condition. See, if you want to compare a value with something, I want to compare a value with something, b, comparison, right? If I want to compare, two values should be there. Am I correct? Yes. So if I write a equal b, correct? So we need two values to compare, okay, to say true or false. Same, even condition also. So here, which value you want to compare? That is a value, comma. So we are using relational operator, equal, less than equal, greater than equal, less than equal, if not equal. So all relational operators you can write. So I will say RO, relational operators, and this is the syntax. Next, condition, value, relational operator, step name. We can write a step name. So these are all the syntaxes thing. Condition, value, relational operator, condition, value, relational operator. if you notice the first example team, I mentioned a value. So let's say a value I mentioned. So I've given a relational operator as a I've given an equal. So if I give equal, what about b value? So that is a question, right? So if, okay, if, let's say I will write a syntax. Condition value is 0, comma, eq. Okay, so equal. So this is how it is going to generate internally. 0 is equivalent to, what about this value? From where we are getting? So we are getting from previous step or steps. Okay, so this value is coming from previous step or steps. Okay, so let's go with the simplest example. I will copy. So I'll go with the 2 steps team. I don't want to go multiple steps in this moment. At this moment, let's see, right. We don't have no space in directory, means this directory block is very less. What I do, I will reuse it here. Okay team, so now the syntax I'm writing, condition, after writing execute, condition equal 0, comma, equal. Okay team, I hope you got my point. So now this is equivalent to if 0 is equal. So what about this value? Can you tell me? Instead of question mark, what is the value we will get? We will get the return code from step 1. We will go to
Code from step 1.
assume it. Okay, so what is the return code it can return? The maximum return code, what is the minimum return code it can return by step team? Can you give me the answer? What is the minimum? What is the maximum return code? No.
1650.
40,
38.
35 or 38?
38. No, 3.
Sure. Check it and confirm me now. Okay, so you can check. Okay, and confirm me. I'm writing as a 4035. So you please check now and confirm me now only parallel. Okay, team. So it can return either 0 or it can return. This depends on the program, right? It can return 4. It can return 12, 8, 16, 20, 24. So it can return the highest value. Okay. So assume it. I got the return code is 0. Okay, so here this value is 0. If
Venkat, it's
0 equal
4095.
4095, exactly. So 4095 is the maximum return code from any step T. Now, so team, let's in the previous step I got a 0. Consider I got the 0. 0 equal 0. Is it true or false?
True.
True.
True. Correct. 1 minute. I will write clear explanation. Yeah. So according to the above example, okay, in the above example, uh, condition parameter is true. So when it is a true, okay, the particular step will be bypassed. If condition, this is the rule team, okay, this is the condition parameter rule. If the condition parameter or condition parameter is false, okay, then particular means the condition parameter where you return that particular step. Okay, so particular step will be executed. Okay, now, so what we are expecting team? So what is the answer here? It is a true. True means step 2 will execute or bypass.
Bypass.
Okay, so bypass. So let's see team. Max C, we got 0. That's okay. Now I am going to here message log. Log first you see. Step 1 got executed, no problem, but step 2 did not execute. See, step 2 also IABR 14, right? So it might be the program issue or it might be because of the condition parameter that we cannot decide immediately. Now, can you see team? Step 1, uh, step 1, step was executed, condition code is zeros. Here, step 2 was not run because of the condition code. It is giving the reason also. Why step 2 did not execute? Because of the the condition parameter. Condition parameter is fails. That is the reason it got executed. Not executed. Okay. So the base rule team. Okay. The base rule is so condition parameter. If it is a true, okay. If it is a true, if it is a false. Let's say if it is a true team, do you think if it is a false, what is going to happen if it is a true or false? If it is a true means, okay, bypass. If the condition is false, okay, it will return only one of them if I given in a different way. So if true means, okay, the particular step will be executed. So this is a simple rule you should remember. Okay, this is the one. Now let's go back. I've given LT. So now I guess I copied the line, right? Yeah. I'm mentioning as an example. Example 1. So example 2 I am writing. You keep multiple examples. Right? So the maximum written code from 0 to 4095 team. I given 0. That is the reason I kept as is for our understanding. I kept LT written as symbol. Then let's say the written code is 0. Assume it. Now what is a true or false?
False.
So do you think this is going to execute or not?
Yes. Execute.
Yes.
So it is going to execute. You got max is 0. Go to spool, see the log. Step 1 got executed. Step 2. So whatever the theoretical points we discussed, everything is working fine as per the explanation. Am I correct? This is another example. So let me go with the third example with another scenario. Now I have given 4. Okay, 4 less than. So here will be for our understanding 4. Assume it I got the 0. Is it going to execute or not?
Execute.
Condition is first to decide condition is a true or false.
False. False.
Means it is so. So team, here you can mention to compare. Okay, we will get the value from here, the right side value. Before operator, there is a value we are supposed to mention. The value you can mention as per your business requirement between 0 to 4095. So I am submitting. Let's see it is going to execute or not. So both steps got executed. Both steps got executed. So the next requirement, I will change the example to. So let me delete now. We had a good discussion. The 3 examples Now I am expecting answers from you. IEB Janet. Now give me the answer, okay? So I don't explain anything. Now you are supposed to give the answer with explanation.
The condition will be true because the first step will written the first step written code will be the 12 and 4 is less than 12. So the condition is a true and step 2 will not get executed. It will bypass.
Exactly. So 4, you have to think like this, less than 12. So it is a true. This step will not be executed. We got maxes, okay. IEB Janet. So it's the typography. So I'll talk about abend when you have abend, it is going to be good or not. We will discuss about. We got maxes 12. Now, so step 1 got executed, but step 2 it has some issue. What is the reason? Let's go to messages. Step 2 was not executed, okay, because of condition 4. Okay, so this is another example on condition parameter. Step 4. Now step 5. Okay, example. You can practice in the same way. Team. Now I'm going to IEFBR 40. Okay, so now what is happening? This is the written code is 0. This step 2 written code will be a true one, and step 3 is 4. I mentioned 4 comma LT. Okay, so let's try to discuss this scenario. Now, what is the step 1 written code key? So can you give me the answer? What is the expected output according to our 0? Okay, so now, okay, 4 less than 0. Is it true or false?
False.
Okay, now, so when I compare step 1 written code, it is a false. Ideally, it's supposed to execute. Now, let's do this one also. What is the step 2 written code?
12.
The 12, correct? Now, so 4 less than 12. It is a true or false now, this one?
True.
True. So when I compare with the step 1 written code, it is a true, sorry, false. No, okay. The false one, right? It will be, well, it is a true. We need to go with the 0, sorry. Yeah. So it will be a true. When I compare with the step 1, 3, it is a false because 4 less than 0 is always false. But when I go with the step 2, it is a true. So now, what do you think? Is it going to execute step 3 or not? So will it take exactly prior step written code, or it will going to compare step 1 written code should satisfy false, step 2 written code also should satisfy as a false? What do you think? What is your guessing here?
It will bypass the step 3 because we haven't mentioned the step name. So it will compare the written code of the step 2, which is true. That's why it will bypass step 3.
Okay, you meant only step 2 written code is going to check, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, we got Max's ritual. Let's go to log. First, we'll see the message log. So step 1 got executed. Step 2 also got executed. Step 3 did not. We will go here. So step 1 is executed. Step 3 was not executed because of condition 4. Okay, so I'll be taking as a CICS statement, but which is not correct. Okay. So what CICS statement? It is going to check exactly prior step return code only, not the case. Okay. So you people are might be giving answer. The prior step is 12. 4 less than 12. It is a true. That is the reason it is stepping, but it's not the case. Simply I'm moving the like this. Now here I will go with the step. Okay, step 1 I'm going with the step 2 here. Step 1 is going to return 12. Step 2 is going to return 0. Okay, so it is going to check all the steps. Okay, condition parameter is going to check all of them. Let's see the log. 12. Step 1. Step 2 is a 0. Step 3 is a plus. If I go to, okay, step 3 was not run because of the condition report. So did you get the clarity, team? So how the condition parameter is going to work?
Since it is checking for all the previous steps.
Exactly. Okay. So by default, condition parameter is going to compare all the steps, written code with the
If it doesn't mention the step name.
exactly. Okay. If you don't specify step name in the condition parameter. Okay. So it means that condition should become false when you compare above steps. So what does mean? So what is the main meaning of it? So in order to execute step 3, step 1 should become a false. Step 2 should become a false. So this is how it is generating. If you ask me how it is generating, I'll copy this code. So internally you can think like this. Okay, it will be easy for you to understand. It is generating like code and like this. So when you use AND operator, what happens is every step should, okay, when both are true, then when both are false, here is a false, and it is a false condition parameter, then it will execute. Correct? Okay, so false, always say false. True, always say true. Am I correct? So don't think that it is a true, false according to the logical operator is a false. Please don't think that context. Here you compare true, false one. That's all. Don't go with the combination of true, false means always false. False true means it always a false. Don't go with that context. That's two statements. It will be like that. You got my point, team? So here it should become a false, and here also it should become a false. Then only step 3 will execute. Now, so the next question you can ask me, Venkat, I don't want to go with the step 1 written code. I want to go with the only step 2, or I want to go with the step 1 only. So what we can do, team, comma, step 1. So according to this requirement, what is the condition, team? Is it true or false?
False.
Okay, so it will be a false or not. Let's see. 4 less than 12. It is a true, right? Okay, step 1 it is going to return 12. Is it true or false now? It is a true. Am I correct?
True.
So will you think step 3 will execute?
No.
No. Okay. So step 3, let's go directly. Step 3 was not done because of the condition. Now, what I'm doing, team, I'm going to give step 2. So what is the condition now? What is going to happen? Step 2 will return 0, 4 less than 0. It is false. So false means step 3 will execute. So we got max 12, it's okay. Now, if I go log, you can see step 3 got executed, step 2 is 0, 0, step 1. So you can notice step 3 got executed. Okay, team. So any queries here? Let me stop the recording. So we will see the rest of the things in next session.